All right, so welcome. We are here for the full moon in Capricorn. Officially, it happened this morning, at like 5:39, something like that, pretty early this morning. But we can work with a full moon 48 hours in either direction. So this full moon is on the axis of Cancer and Capricorn. So the sun's in Cancer, and then the moon is in Capricorn. Having this moon in Capricorn is an opportunity. Moons are emotional, right? There are emotions. It's an opportunity for us to take responsibility for our emotions, to responsibility for what we're feeling. Taking responsibility for what you're feeling doesn't mean that you don't feel anything. It means that you recognize what you're feeling and you can decide whether you need to do something about that or not, right? Sometimes our emotions are just emotions and we just feel a certain way and we just need to feel it and let it pass. Sometimes if we're feeling consistently a certain way, then we need to investigate and decide what's creating this sensation, what's creating this emotion, what's creating this experience. This is a really beautiful, supported full moon. Sometimes the full moons are at conflict with different planets, but this full moon is really nice because it's supported by both Jupiter and by Saturn. And when I was thinking and looking at this full moon, I was thinking back to the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction we had several years ago, where Jupiter and Saturn made their first connection outside of Earth signs in air signs in Aquarius in 2020. So this has really brought in this new Aquarian age, and it's brought us out of like 200 years of Saturn and Jupiter meeting in Earth signs, which Saturn and Jupiter meeting, it kind of sets the tone for our society. So they were meeting in Earth signs, and now they're starting to meet in air signs. And what that means is things are a little less stable. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last 3 years, it's felt a little less stable. Things are not as consistent based on just the way things are, right? Everything feels, I feel it all the time. Things feel a little wishy-washy. People are a little wishy-washy. It's hard to like nail people down for certain things. And part of that is this entrance from Earth, which is really solid, really predictable, really dense, into air, which is very light and changeable and mutable and shifting. So within this change, we are actually having to take more responsibility for our own structure and our own groundedness, right? If the society, if the world, if the stars are not giving us that same kind of earthliness, we need to learn to create that for ourselves. So what we can do on this full moon is start to realize what are the ways I need to create stability for myself so that I can create security for myself. Because the axis of Cancer and Capricorn is the axis of security. One side, the Cancer side, is emotional security. The other side, Capricorn, is physical security, the structures, and they go hand in hand, right? You don't have emotional security just on its own. You don't have physical security just on its own. They really support each other. There's a balance there. So what we're going to do with this full moon is we're going to work with your command center. We're going to work with what commands your being. And we're going to work with the command center of the glands. And we're going to work with the command center of the glandular system, the endocrine system. And that is right here, the pituitary gland. So we're going to work with a set of exercises that helps to connect with and balance the pituitary gland with the rest of the endocrine system. Our health comes from our glands, right? We're learning more and more the importance of hormones, the importance of all the different chemicals that our bodies secrete to make us feel a certain way. And part of taking emotional responsibility for yourself is taking responsibility for what makes you feel cranky, right? What makes you feel certain emotions? You know, we're never looking to not feel emotions, but if we're doing things that make us feel cranky, if we're doing things that make us feel upset, on a regular, consistent basis, then we need to take responsibility and look at that. We need to go, oh, okay, yeah, that late night scrolling, I wake up and then I'm tired and then I da-da-da-da, and then I do this and then my day's not as good. And blah, blah. We have to take responsibility for those things. And one of the ways we can take responsibility is by realizing that our endocrine system really needs rhythm and really needs structure. So it's cultivating and finding that rhythm and structure for our endocrine system. This is why you know what your endocrine system feels like, because if you've ever taken a really long flight or you've changed time zones and you feel out of whack for multiple days because you're like, what happened to me? Like, I'm so out of whack. I'm like a zombie. I can like barely like function. Like I'm here, but I don't know if I'm here. That's your endocrine system. Your endocrine system gets really set with wherever you are. It sees a certain amount of light. The pineal gland releases certain chemicals. When the light goes away, it releases other chemicals. So the endocrine system is constantly finding rhythm based on the structure of the day. So what time you go to bed, what time you eat, all of those things really play into endocrine system health. So one of the ways you can take responsibility again on this full moon for your emotions is by taking responsibility for your endocrine system. And the way we take responsibility for that is by creating rhythm in our lives. What we call this in a yogic sense is our ojas. Our ojas are the vitality that we have in our being. And the way that we develop those ojas are by creating consistent times to eat, consistent times to go to sleep. This builds our vitality. And this isn't something you can do overnight, right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to go to bed early tonight and wake up early tomorrow. Okay. It doesn't, one time's good, but the consistency is key, right? That's when our bodies really start to thrive, when we give them this steady consistency. So what we're going to do today is give you endocrine system, a glandular system reset, because that's already happening with the full moon. Whenever we have a full moon, what's happening is there's a peak reset in the endocrine system, and that's why you might feel agitated, you might have trouble sleeping. That's why emergency rooms are a little fuller and busier at this time, because there's this peak, right? You have to think, we've got the moon on one side and we've got the sun on the other side. So we're being pulled in two different directions. And what that does is create this glandular secretion, this glandular overflow. And what we can do on a full moon is take that time, take that that opportunity that things are already shifting, and then shift it in the way that we want. Shift it into the place where we're in control of our endocrine system. We're in control of our being, and we know we're taking full responsibility of this system. And what's beautiful about these practices is that they give us tools so that we can have that control and command. We can use Kundalini Yoga to take care of our nervous system, to take care of our endocrine system, to take care of our circulatory system. So we're going to do a practice that'll really take care of you from the inside out. This is what I find so potent about Kundalini Yoga. I go and I try different kinds of practices all the time. I've got to see what's out in the health and wellness world and see different practices. And what I find again and again that I miss from other practices is this endocrine system reset that we really get from Kundalini Yoga. The reason people come back to Kundalini Yoga classes all the time, they're like, I don't know what, but it just makes me feel good and I keep coming back, is a lot of that endocrine system work. It makes you feel really, really good. So we're going to do a special set called Commanding the Command Center of the Glandular System. And that means the pituitary gland. That's the command system of the glandular system. So we'll do some warm-ups. We'll go into this 3-part set. We'll have some time for relaxation. It's important you relax at the end of this set. It'll make you a little spacey. And so we want to make sure that we rest and that we integrate the work that we've done in this 3-part set. And then if we have time for it, we'll do a little meditation at the end to do a little extra work on that pituitary gland. Sound good? Yeah, okay, great. Let's get started. So we're going to start by tuning in. And every time we tune in, we start to work with the glands. We start to connect with the glands. On Ong, that opening mantra, Ong, we really send the sound up into the pituitary gland, starting to wake it up. Ong. Namo, we drop into the heart, into the thymus gland. So it's Ong, Namo. Guru, back here at the third eye. Guru Dev, we go to the pineal gland. That's why we raise the tone. We go up to the pineal gland. Guru Dev, Namo, back to the heart. So there's this little dance that we do with our glands on our tune-in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And that's part of the reason on Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, we don't go Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We want to just hit that note and then drop down back into the heart. Okay. So find the hands in front of the heart, rub the palms, sit up nice and tall, close the eyes. Just start to feel whatever space you're in, fading into the background, whatever stuff is there. If you're in an office, if you're in a bedroom, if you're in a living room, just starting to let whatever is around you fade into the background as you start to arrive in yourself, into your own experience. Starting to arrive, excuse me, starting to arrive, let me get some water. Starting to arrive, oh gosh, I gotta drink, hold on. Starting to arrive in the experience of this sacred self. So hands come together in prayer pose, fingers point up towards the ceiling, elbows come out to the side. Lift the heart, relax the shoulders. Start to tap into this inner world, this inner landscape, letting go of the outer world and starting to tap into this inner world that really creates outside. We'll tune in Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Good, nice, deep, full breath in. Sip, 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 a little bit more, a little bit more. Feel the spine grow tall. Feel the palms pressing. And take your eyes and focus up at the point in between the eyebrows, looking up at the third eye center. Feeling that pull on the optic nerve to activate the pituitary gland. Through the nose, exhale. Do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Sip, 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 a little bit more at the top. Palms press, shoulders relax, eyes look up. Activate Mahabandha, the Great Seal. Root lock active, navel active, chin and good through the nose. Exhale. 1 more time. Get all the breath out, all the breath out, 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 out. Fill up the belly, fill up the chest, fill up the clavicle, fill up the back, fill up on breath, and then hold and pause at the top of that breath. Exhale, release the hands down, relax the hands. If you're sitting on a cushion or something that's propping you up, you can go ahead and let that go for now. We're going to sit right flat on the ground. Hands come onto the knees, and we're going to start to move the spine with Sufi grind. So bring the heart forward, go over to one side, round yourself back over to the other side, and then come forward again. Find how your breath wants to coordinate with this. So maybe every time you come forward is your inhale. Maybe every time you come back is your exhale. Every time you come right is your inhale, and left is your exhale. But just find how your body wants to coordinate the breath with this movement. And drop it down really low. Drop this movement all the way down into the pelvis. So not only the spine is moving, not only the torso is moving, but the pelvis is tilting forward, the pelvis is tilting back, it's tilting to the sides. You're coming on one sits bone. As you go to one side, you're going on to the other sits bone. As you go to the other side. And then take the breath and deepen it a little bit more. Good. Next time you come forward, start to circle the other direction. Sufi grind the other way. Let every turn bring you deeper and deeper into the experience of you. Good. Inhale, come to center. Feel the spine grow nice and tall. Lift this heart up. Lift the top of the head up. Hold. Exhale, release. Go ahead and extend your right leg out to the side. So right leg comes straight out. The bottom of the left foot comes onto the right thigh. Take your right hand, grab onto the left leg somewhere or onto the big toe. You can wrap your index finger and middle finger around the big toe if you can reach that far. Left hand comes and meets the right hand. Inhale, you're gonna open up wide. Your head will turn and look behind you as well. Then bring your right hand to your left leg again. Exhale, forward. Come into a forward fold over the right leg. So you're inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, holding forward over the right leg. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Nice big breaths here, really feeling this opening across the chest. And exhaling down. Yep, you're just staying on one side to start. The left hand stays in place. It's really grabbing onto, right hand stays in place. Right hand is grabbing onto the right leg. Left arm is reaching up and swinging. I think I said that wrong earlier. No wonder you were confused. Sometimes we all get our rights and lefts confused, right? A few more on this side. Deepening the breath. Good. Do one more reach back behind you. Big breath in. Take a pause there. Exhale, release, and we'll switch sides. So now the left leg comes along, the bottom of the right foot comes onto the left thigh. Left hand, index finger, and middle finger, if you can reach that big toe, just grab somewhere on that left leg and hold onto it. Right hand comes to meet it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Good, going back and forth. Finding this rhythmic pulse. Life really lives in this pulse. This in-between state, between day and night, between sleep and awake. We're always finding ourselves in this pulse. The more you can consciously work with this pulse, create this pulse for your own body, the more you'll find safety and security in your own being. Good, do one more. And then inhale up, reach back, look back. Exhale and release. Good. Extend both legs. You can shake the legs out a little bit, bounce the knees up and down, give a little pat to the thighs. We're gonna make our way into rock pose next. So sitting on your heels. Knees are out in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring the fingers into Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touch. Rest of the fingers are straight. Bring the elbows up to the height of the shoulders. Hands are out to the side. Try to keep the elbows in one line so the elbows don't come forward, they stay back. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Nice twist side to side. Good, keeping the heart nice and lifted. The chin comes slightly in. Good, nice deep breaths. Keep going. Good. Taking responsibility for yourself is realizing that the body requires maintenance. You got to take it in, just like taking responsibility for your car. You got to take it in. You got to do a tune-up. We have this lunation cycle to remind us that every full moon, every new moon is an opportunity to tune up the system. Good. Inhale to center. Hold the arms and hold the breath in for a moment. Exhale, relax the hands down. Let the hands come down onto the thighs. Take a few breaths here in between. Good. If you're someone who loves rock pose and you want to stay in rock pose for this next exercise, you can. If you're somebody who hates rock pose and you want to come into easy pose, come into easy pose. I know there's just as many that feel both ways. So just find a seat that works for you where you can sit up nice and tall. We're going to take the thumbs and bring them to the pinky mound and wrap the hands around them, coming into fists. We're going to move in a 4-part rhythm. Inhale the elbows back. Exhale, cross the arms in front of the body. Inhale back. Exhale, arms come back overhead. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And you can switch which arm crosses in front as you go back and forth. to keep that movement going. You're building more space in the lungs with this. Keep the rhythm, stay steady, give yourself the rhythm for 20 more seconds. Good. Inhale, the elbows behind you, squeeze the fist, feel the heart come forward, hold the breath in for a moment. And exhale and release, relax the hands down. If you are still in rock pose, go ahead and come into easy pose, coming into a cross-legged position. Grab a cushion, grab a pillow, sit on top of something so you can sit up nice and tall with ease. I'm going to go into this set now, really working with the glands very specifically. So the left hand, kind of even out all your fingers so they kind of come into one line if you can. I'm trying to bring them all into one line. So pinky, all of them are about the same length. Okay, so you got to bend some of them. You're going to bring that pinky to the third eye center, just at the root of the nose in between the eyebrows, and then let your other fingers line up on top of that so they make their way towards the hairline. The left thumb is going to stay up and pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, so left hand, yeah. Okay, right hand reaches straight out from the shoulder, palm is facing down. This is our position. We're going to hold this position with the eyes closed. Hold this and start to move your navel in and out. The belly below the belly button moves in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, as fast as you can, strongly and quickly. And if the breath becomes a breath of fire, that's great. The breath can become a breath of fire with this, where you're pumping the navel and the breath is coming in and out through the nose. Or you can just move the navel on its own and do a natural breath. But what's important is that that navel is moving as much as it can, so much that the rest of the body is kind of moving with it. Like you're moving it so much that the rest of the body is trembling a little bit. It's having a reverberation effect in the rest of the body because you're so powerfully moving that navel. Good. Keep that rhythm nice and strong, nice and steady. Last 15 seconds. Good. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Stay in the posture. Inhale deeply. We're going to take a few deep breaths together. Exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. This time, inhale and exhale, and then hold the breath out. Hold the position, hold the breath out. Hold the breath out, hold it out, lock it out as much as you can get it out. Lock it out, hold the position. Good, inhale. Exhale. 2 more times like this, holding the breath out, holding the position. Lock it out. Squeeze the muscles of the body as you hold the breath out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the breath out and squeeze, 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 squeeze everything tight, 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 tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down. Just take a moment and relax and notice what's happened in this first exercise. Working with the glandular system, the first exercise helps us to clear the subconscious through the pituitary gland. Next part, the hands are cupped. So fingers are together, hands are cupped. You're going to reach the arms right out in front of your shoulders, but there's a slight bend in the elbow. So they're not straight. There's a slight bend in them and you're holding them out. You're going to take your head and drop your head back, not all the way, just slightly back to find a little bit of pressure in the neck, and take your mouth. Relax your mouth, relax your tongue, relax your jaw, let the mouth come open, and then start to move the navel again, just as you did in the first exercise, but now the breath will come through the mouth. So holding the position, dropping the head back, reaching the arms out in front of you, hands are cupped, they're probably gonna get heavier, that's totally normal. You're just going to stay steady with this position. You're going to move the navel as much as you can while keeping the mouth, the tongue, the jaw as relaxed as you can. Pressure in the neck and the shoulders is something we're working with. So it's not by accident. It's not just something that's going on with your body. It's something that we're using to make an adjustment in the spine and in the glands. You got it. You can do it. Keep that navel moving. Last 20 seconds. Good. Huge breath in. Hold the position. Squeeze your molars against each other. Press the molars, the back of the teeth, press together as you hold the breath in. Keep the breath in. Press, 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 press. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Press the back molars. Press, 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 press. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Press the back molars. Press, 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 press. Hold and press. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down, relax the breath. Just sit, come right into stillness if you can, and just notice. The cool thing about all the things we feel in Kundalini Yoga is all you have to do is stop doing it, and then all those feelings go away. And what's usually on the other side of that resistance and that pressure is more circulation, more energy, more vitality with more peace and more calm. All right, we got one more part in this set. The hands are going to be flat, fingers are together. You start with the hands kind of like you're about to you're about to embrace somebody. So your hands are kind of up by the shoulders, palms facing forward. You're going to take a big breath in here. And as you're holding the breath in, you're going to cross the arms in front of your body really quickly. So one arm comes in front and then the other comes in front. You keep opening and closing from this open position to crossing. You just go as many times as you can on the held breath. And then when you can't hold it anymore, you open up the hands, you exhale, you inhale again deeply, and you go as fast as you can. Fast, 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 as fast as you can move. Now we're really getting into this pituitary gland work. Eyes closed. Good. Go, 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 go.
Sakit nindak dushk matay Har singh nile narayan
Really see if you can notice what's happening as you do this. Is something changing in your mind and your body? Last little bit here. Good. Go ahead and relax the hands down, close the eyes, and relax. And then come and relax on your back. Let your arms come by your side. Let your legs come long. Try to get as flat on the ground as you can. Just let yourself sleep, rejuvenate, and relax. You've done the work. Now receive the benefits and integrate them through the relaxation, through reception. Allow your inhales and exhales to deepen. Breathing deep, full breaths in and out through the nose. Feeling the movement of the chest and the belly as you breathe. Start to move the fingers and wiggle the toes. And circle your hands on your wrists and circle your feet on your ankles. On one direction, the other direction. Good. If you can, reach your arms up overhead and extend through your legs. Do a nice, big, full body stretch. Get the body nice and long. Reach, 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 reach. And then bring one knee into the chest and the other into the chest, and have both knees in towards the chest and your hips relaxed on the ground, and squeeze the knees in. Good. Keep the right knee in, extend the left leg long, give the right knee its own little squeeze, really squeeze it in, left leg relaxes on the ground. And then take the right knee and bring it up and over the body to the left. So left hand can help guide that right knee up and over. Right arm reaches out to the side. Head can look over to the right as you go into this twist. Take a few deep breaths here. Every inhale, feel the spine grow tall. Every exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Next inhale brings you back to center. And then we'll switch out the legs. So left knee comes in, right leg comes long onto the ground. Right hand helps guide that left knee up and over to the right. Head can turn to the left. Left arm can reach out to the side. And same thing. Inhales, feel the spine grow longer. Exhales, go deeper into the twist. Next inhale brings you back to center. Bring both knees in, bring the bottoms of the feet together, rub the bottoms of the feet, rub your palms. And then wrap your arms around your knees and rock yourself up into a seat, coming into a seat for this final part. So this is called Mahakadam Sambhavi Mudra. I'm going to work with the energetic blocks to connect with the pineal gland. So we've worked with the pituitary gland. We'll continue to work with it a little bit, but we're really going to start to tap into the pineal gland at the crown of the head. So the fingers come into Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumb touch. Rest of the fingers are straight. Let that come down onto the knees, but I want you to keep your elbows straight. So it's helping to keep your heart lifted, okay? So find that position with the arms, sit up nice and tall, and I want you to lift the pelvic floor. So activating Mula Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor in towards the body. That should add a little bit of navel work. You should feel the navel come in, the lower navel come in and up as well. So not squeezing it super, super tight, but just activating those muscles, pulling Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Do a pretty strong Jalandhar Bandha, which means that the chin comes in like you're trying to make double chins. And what you can do, if you put your hand on the back of the neck, you can feel that kind of the spine, the vertebrae kind of line up when you do this. So finding where those vertebrae can kind of line up on the back of the neck, pulling the chin in, kind of goes in, and then the top of the head comes up. So finding a nice, strong Jalandhar Bandha. And then finishing this by taking your eye gaze and focusing up at the point in between the eyebrows. So eyes are closed, but looking up at this brow point. So holding all the locks, Maha Bandha, the Great Seal, We're going to work with the breath and a mental focus. So every inhale, you'll hear the sound sat. Every exhale, you'll hear the sound nam. S-A-T on your inhale, sat. Nam, N-A-M on your exhale. So hearing the sound sat as you breathe in, hearing nam as you exhale. Now start to visualize with this on the inhale, energy going from the very base of your spine and your pelvis going up the spine on your inhale, and then on your exhale, going out the crown of the head and extending out as you chant Nam and exhale. So on the inhale, seeing the energy going up the spine, experiencing it as you mentally vibrate Sat. On Nam, the soft part of a baby's head, the crown of the head, experience the energy going out the top of the head, the 10th gate. Stay with that focus. Keep that strong Jalandhar bun and the rest of the locks. And follow your breath with the visualization. Take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale. Squeeze those locks a little bit more. Exhale. One more time. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release the breath, release the locks, release the elbows, and just sit in ease. Sit in a relaxed position. Sit with the eyes closed and relaxed. And just breathe a natural breath. Witnessing, experiencing any shifts from when you first started to really experiencing what you're experiencing now. Let the hands come together, rub the palms. Bring the hands into prayer pose, elbows out to the side, sit up nice and tall. Let's close with 3 long sat nams, sending that sound out into the world. 3 long sat nams. Inhale. Sa. Nam. Sa. Nam. Sa. Nam. Lifting the thumbs up, gently taking the knuckles of the thumbs and pressing them against that third eye center. Looking up at that third eye and making a commitment to self, to take care of this being, to take care of this body, to take care of these glands, this nervous system, by creating a sense of safety, of containment, of security, by finding healthy habits and staying with them, staying consistent for ourselves so that we may show up for others. Gratitude for these practices that help us to stay lifted, elevated, consistent with ourselves, and in love with the world. We bow. Sanam. Alrighty, lovely work. We'll do this every full moon. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you for your donations. Thanks for taking care of yourself and showing up in this world. If you have any questions, I'll take us off.